left seam, then bring the car down. Start to straighten out and roll onto the throttle at the same time. You get yourself a lot more room. Stay wider, early corner right there that you're in right now. Looking good. You're about a foot off there, Brad. Foot off that last apex, 2 feet off that one. Let's get those eyes up. Look for the apex. Turn your head. Look right now. Get down to the curb. That wasn't bad. Nice job. Remember, light brakes here. Light brakes all the way down the curb. Really in firm on the brakes here. 10 or 1 light on the brakes as we turn and drag the brakes. Drag the brakes. Get down tighter though, Brad. Down tighter. Down tighter. Now let the car float to the right. See that? Yeah. Nice job, Jeff, as well. Off the gas. Fourth to automatics. Eyes right. Stay wide, Brian. Stay wide. Bring it down tight towards the end. Stay wide at the beginning. And bring it down. Green sleep cone. Make sure the green sleep cone is the tightest part of that corner. Turn the head. Look over the shoulder right now for that apex. There we go. That looks better. You can still get closer though, Brad. You're still 6 inches from the curb. That's what I want to see. Nice job. That was on it. Brakes into the corner. Same thing here. Remember, get tight a little bit earlier than last time, Brad. Down to the inside, hug that white line. Driver front tire touches the curb, let the car float to the right. I really don't change the steering angle much. It's not like you have to unwind the steering wheel. You just make little adjustments and let that car float outside. Watch your spacing there, sir. Watch your spacing. Just give Brad a little bit more room. Eyes up, everybody. Eyes up. I'm bringing the speed down. And we're going to rotate. Jeff, come on up. Brian, come on up. You're waiting on 2 cars. We're going to get some space, too, gentlemen. Thank you for noticing that, Brad, and hanging back way over there. Let all 3 of us sneak in front of you. Wait for that silver car. And then you can bring up the rear and scrunch everybody back up again. We're just going to get some space so we can have some fun here. Okay, gentlemen, we've picked up the pace, obviously, from yesterday, so it's very important that we are precise. We are not turning in early. We are staying wide here in turn 5 until the green sleeve apex cone. Make sure you're unwinding the steering wheel after the apex cone, or at least letting the car float to the left-hand side of the racetrack. In every single corner, you're unwinding the steering wheel, letting the car flow to the left. You might not be turning that steering wheel perfectly straight, but in a sense, you're just going to use up all the racetrack to the left. We don't have time for our top gear, so just get in the right gear for turn 5, turn 4 for automatics, 3 for manuals. See what I did there with the top gear reference? Look over that left shoulder, find that apex cone nice and early, drive on the curb. That looks good, Jeff. Nice job. Light acceleration between 6 and 7. Light brake here at turn 8. Just keep the car on the inside. Stay left. Getting ready for turn 9. Drag those brakes here at 10. All the way over the curb. That car roll all the way to the outflow. Left side of the track. Back over to the right. Early and firm on those brakes. Drag the brakes in, drag the brakes in, get down a little tighter. Just small adjustment. Now let the car float. Nice job. That looked better. You have about a car width more that you can unwind and go a car width wider there, Jeff. That'll keep the car a little bit more stable and you can carry more speed on the exit. And the car nice and straight, lift off the gas. Much better than yesterday, I like it. Left, look over that shoulder, find that apex cone nice and early. A little bit off, you're about a foot off that apex still, so you got a foot more, you can keep turning that steering wheel. A little bit over that exit curvy too, you don't want to go over that dotted line there. Looking really good, man. Very precise. A little bit off there, so you can turn that steering wheel a little bit more. About a foot off that apex. Same thing there. Don't use that over that blend line. Watch your speed here, Jeff. Watch your speed. I'm bringing the speed down. We're going to cool the cars down. Jeff, good lap. My only complaints were a couple areas where a foot off the apex, you were able to carry the speed, so not a huge complaint, but make sure you're getting those apexes. Imagine the speed you can carry with a foot extra track at, say, the 7, between 6 and 7. Brian and Brad, keep coming, sir. Keep your speed and pace until you get to the back of us. Just after your next corner on the left, going left, we are cool down pace, cool down pace. So like we talked about yesterday, I had all of you guys yesterday, we're going to try to slow our pace to a pace where we don't have to use the brakes as much. Obviously, in an emergency or to keep the car on track, we're going to use the brakes, but let's try to be precise, get down to those curves, even on the slowdown laps, and cool our pace to where we don't have to use the brakes as much. Manuals to 4th, automatics to 5th. All right, let's all bunch up a little bit. I want everybody to see my line through here. Watch where I drive. Look how far wide I'm going here. Driver's side tires on that outside left seam. Now bringing the car down to the inside. That allows me to get the car straighter earlier. I get on the throttle earlier. I have a lot more track, and I'm carrying 5 to 10 miles an hour more mile per hour into turn 6. Hugging the white line, as soon as I break away, I go to the middle lane. In the middle lane only. Eyes left, look over that shoulder, bringing the car down to the inside. Jeff, here's where you're a bit off. Imagine if you can straighten this corner out, get on the gas a little bit earlier, hold the gas a little bit longer. It might be worth, a tenth or so, but just so you know, every little bit we're off those apexes is time. Here I'm kind of threading the needle between trying to stay on the throttle and let the car float out a little bit, but no, every little bit you float to the right, you got to go back over to the left in preparation for turn 9. Jeff, I understand why. Maybe you're trying to make up speed on me. Maybe you're trying to keep the car straight, but don't cross this blend line here, the dotted line right there, into pit lane, unless it's an emergency, unless you feel like the car is going to spin out. But you used it twice, so let's not make a habit of that. Thank you for using your blinker, even though I didn't mention it, gentlemen. We're always going to use a left turn signal to exit the racetrack. And keep in mind, 15 miles an hour as we come into the parking area. Lots going on. Keep your eyes up. Don't worry about anything in the car. Don't worry about hitting stop recording or anything. Just keep your eyes up. Keep your hands at 9 and 3. Gentlemen, the taxi to and from the track, the taxi to and from the entrance.